Hi, my name's Scott from Bulldog Automotive here in Mahomet. Been working with the driver's ed classes here the last few years on just some basic car stuff. Today I'm going to walk you through how to change a tire on a car with the vehicle's tools. So first thing we want to do is figure out where your tire and where your tools are. This one happens to be right here, easy enough. So you want to get your tools out. Get your tire out. Some vehicles have tires here, they'll have them under the car. They can put spare tires everywhere. Your owner's manual is usually going to tell you where your tire's at. And it should also tell you where you need to put your tools as far as lifting the vehicle up. So here's one thing to think of. There's two sides to this tire. It's only going to go on one way. You want to make sure the domed side is out. So this is going to be your jack. A little different than what I use in the shop on a daily basis, but it will get the job done. So there's different lift points on a vehicle. This is a lift edge right here. It's reinforced. So that's where you want to make sure that you have your jack. Before you get it too far off the ground, what you want to do is make sure you get all your lug nuts loose. Sometimes they can be pretty tight. These here were obviously not torqued the way they should be. You don't want to take them all the way off, you just want to get them loose. You want to raise it up until that wheel is completely off the ground. So we've got the vehicle up far enough that the wheel is completely off the ground. So you want to finish taking all your lug nuts off. Hopefully you'll never have to do this, but there may come a day when you're stuck on the side of the road and your phone's dead. I know a lot of people say, well, I'll just make a phone call, but phones go dead and there is lack of cell phone service in some areas. One thing you want to be real aware of while you're doing this, you don't want to have any limbs underneath this car just in case the jack happens to fail. So once again, you want your dome side to the outside while you're putting it on. And on a rear wheel like this is a front wheel drive car, so the wheel spins pretty easy. I can show you a little trick how to get these tight a little faster. You just get your lug nut wrench on here, spin the wheel, it will actually tighten itself fairly quickly. So today I'm not going to tighten all of them because we're going to come back and take this one off and put the wheel on. But kind of the same thing when you're letting it back down. You just want to make sure there's nothing in the way. And just let it back down. You'll need to let all the weight off of it until you can pull the jack out of it. But once it is all the way back down, you're going to want to come around and tighten these again. It's the only thing holding these wheels on, so feel free to even step on it. And that's going to get you to wherever you need to go to get a new tire. Thanks for watching. Ready? So this is my son Ty. He comes down and helps me quite a bit. He's learned how to change a tire probably when he was about 8 years old. He, for the most part, really enjoys coming in and helping out around here. So I'm going to let him finish taking this one back off and putting the original wheel back on. Anybody that's ever got any questions, car-related questions, or want to learn more about cars, feel free to come down and talk to us or give me a call on the phone and we'll set something up where you can come into the shop and learn something. Good luck. That one's a little heavier on your knees. Need to go up a little more, bud. Not quite as easy as it looks. So we couldn't get the wheel on quite yet. Your spare is going to be a lot smaller than what your original wheel is. So we actually have to go up a little bit higher to get the original wheel back on it now. So on most vehicles, you're going to find out where to place your jack. A lot of times it's going to be in the spare tire compartment or maybe in your owner's manual. This one has even got a spot right on top of the jack as far as where your placement is. You want to make sure you got the jack in the right location. If you don't, you could tear the car up. Like this right here, that is really soft aluminum. You're not going to jack the car up like it looks like somebody's tried to do before. It's going to actually bend that metal. So you want to make sure you're underneath on the lift point. So another thing you want to make sure of, when you're tightening the wheels, tighten them in a star pattern. That makes sure you get even torque all the way around the wheel. And you won't have a torque wrench to do it, but your tire iron on the car is going to work just fine until you get somewhere to get that wheel changed.